Coming to you live from downtown Denver on the corner of Colfax and York, right above the DMVR bar. We are coming to you live from the Toyota Lounge. Toyota, a proud partner of the NFL and of DNVR. Toyota, let's go places. Phew.
Let's go places today.
It's one of those days where, it's like we're just going to have to kick things into gear,
Sometimes the car just needs to be kick-started and you just need to, gas it right away.
Just putting the cassette tape in the player and click and play and let's go. This the old noggin has to work today, None of that prep stuff is going to do the trick.
I believe in you.
I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Buff himself, the Schwan man.
Thank you.
Black and gold Schwan?
In terms of?
I don't know. You're the Schwan man. What kind of swan are you? Even though we spell it S-H.
AWM. Black and gold, also like a little bit mean. I could been known to bite every now and then.
Hell yeah. Do not feed this Schwan any bread, which turns out that's bad. We shouldn't have been doing that, period.
Yeah, you shouldn't feed animals, period, really, honestly.
Damn straight. And we've got super producer Dion Smith. Dion calling audibles at the line. He's calling his own protections. He's like, I got you, Dre. He's like calling out the blitzer. He's got me covered.
He's been there and done that.
Yeah. Some say Jesus take the wheel. I say Dion take the wheel. He's got me.
Close enough.
Also, what I'm realizing is I need a nickname for Dion. I almost went Neon Dion, but it's easy to lean into the Coach Prime nicknames, but he's his own man.
He is his own man.
So we gotta start thinking about that for old Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith's a fun one.
I just remember him as 2-0-20.
There you go. 2-0's a good one.
So
we approve 2-0, Dion? Yeah. He's nodding. He's saying he's worried about the protections at the line here. So I'm gonna let him do his thing. This episode dedicated to our guy, a regular in the Toyota chat, Jose.
Shout out, Jose. Let's go.
Whether you're listening live or you're going to catch this later, this one's about you because we're going heavy on the linebackers.
Let's go.
It's all about the off-ball linebackers. Streets are saying off-ball linebackers are back.
It's course correction.
It was the year of the running back last year. Now exactly. It's the year of the off-ball linebacker.
Exactly.
That's why we bring this all to you with the draft pod. You talk for 2 seconds while I get this tweet out, Schwan, man.
Yeah, sure. We've got some real dogs to talk about. I think we've had a lot to talk about the last few weeks, and we've had a lot of these guys on the list, particularly Makai Lemon. I don't know how much we've really gone in depth on him yet, but we'll talk about him and the wide receivers, Sarratt as well. At Indiana. Indiana, how good are the Hoosiers?
Unbelievable.
That's got to be their biggest win of all time. They're now, in the driver's seat in the Big Ten, really, to control their own destiny.
James Franklin got fired. Drew Alar, no longer a thing.
Yeah, we'll get into that. Jeez.
Yeah, there's a lot to cover. Always a great time to talk about the future of football on this here podcast. So come one, come all, come in the Toyota chat, leave us a thumbs up. I'm looking at Konga's comment in the Toyota chat. Is DMVR trying to taunt Broncos fans? We know the Broncos would never consider drafting a top inside linebacker. It will
happen one day again. Trust.
Have faith, Konga. You never know. Have faith.
It has to happen at some point.
If it were to happen, this would be the year for sure. Because it's a really nice class of linebackers. And I would point out that my feed, with all that's going on in the world, sports world, Denver sports, I also follow lots of draft accounts, obviously.
Sure.
And boy, oh boy, was my feed dominated by Arvell Reese, the Ohio State linebacker, this weekend, who went off against Illinois. You know, there's some of those scouting terms that when I was first doing this, it was like, well, what's he really mean by speed to power, you know?
Oh.
Watch two Arvell Reese reps as a blitzer.
Yes.
And you will understand what speed to power means. Because, boy, he comes like a bat out of hell. But when he makes that contact, he's able to really knock guys back. And I'm not talking, you know, some little running back and pass pro, some tight end. He's knocking O-linemen back. Brett Bielema coached O-linemen. And just making them look like little boys. And he has just blown up this season. You know, it's Sonny Styles was the off-ball linebacker. We kind of came into the season following for Ohio State. He's a converted safety. And then there was Cody Simon, who had that great game in the playoffs. He really lit it up. Was, you know, talking to some guys around the NFL who thought he was really good. He was a day 4 draft pick. So Arvell Reese was more this like high upside guy who they were still finding a position for, you know, and he has lit things up in just over a month. Not only like really consolidating him as the consensus LB1 of this draft class, consolidating himself, I mean, as a top 5 prospect in this entire class, which, Jakester, putting you on the spot. When's the last time we had an off-ball backer that was a consensus top 5 guy? Isaiah Simmons fit that.
Devin White was up there.
Devin White certainly was. That's a good pull. You know, you've got the guys like Parsons, where it's like, what is he exactly? Maybe in some schemes he's got more off ball. Maybe in other schemes he's more of an edge. Obviously has settled in as more of an edge. There's not a ton in recent memory. The comp that Fran has on his draft guide, which is dropping next week, I am so hyped for that.
This dude's a legend.
He is Tremaine Edmonds.
Interesting.
And he's got that, right? Like he's kind of one of these longer, bigger backers.
Right. He's got more juice.
He's got more juice. He's got more juice downhill. And when I'm first watching Arvell Reese, and I talked about this with Fran a little bit in that episode we did 2 weeks ago, I was like, you know, at first he struck me as a bit of a YouTube responsibly type of prospect.
Of course.
Where it's like the highlights will really jump off the screen. And I think we do this especially with off-ball linebackers. This was my criticism of Kenneth Murray. Remember him, Nick Benito's teammate at Oklahoma. Chargers draft him late first, and everyone's like, oh my God, what a great pick. I love this guy. Didn't really pan out to be much at all. And it's because what he was asked to do at Oklahoma was just stay and spy, come downhill. It's like, that's not like playing linebacker. You're a great athlete. Anyone can do that. But in the NFL, you're being put in the blender, man. You gotta drop in coverage. You gotta cover sideline to sideline. You gotta actually run block. It's not just coming down on a blitz or coming down on a spy because you see the running back's just gonna sit back and pass pro. That's all you gotta read, and boom, come downhill. The mental processing needs to be high level. And as I've watched more of Arvell Reese, I am seeing, first off, he is such an athlete, sideline to sideline. It's crazy. But he's got that like more meat and potatoes to him of being able to, you know, come downhill, take on blockers, read and dissect, you know, plug run lanes. He's got more of that high level stuff that's not going to pop off as much on the highlights, but is what gives me more trust that, like, yeah, he can be a high-end backer in this league.
I mean, he's a bull in a china shop. He wrecks whoever lines up across from him, or if he's blitzing, whoever's in his path, you're going to have a hell of a collision, and that's part of. I mean, he's Ohio State's leading tackler right now too. This isn't just some guy who's having some highlight tape stuff and, you know, some nice blitzing reps and nice pass pro or pass rush reps. This guy's kind of doing it all. He's got great instincts too. He really flows to the ball, and he knows how to find it through the trash of all the pulling guards, the offensive linemen blocking down, all that stuff. He's got great eyes, honestly, and that's just the mental stuff. I mean, physicality wise, he's again a bull in a china shop. It's very Micah Parsons-esque. Because he opted out, right? That year before, he was one of like Chase.
Oh gosh, that's a good question. I can't
think
remember.
He was, because I remember we were talking about him the whole time, going, is he linebacker or edge? And
yeah.
Because we had that one bowl game to go off of, I think, against Memphis, right? And he went crazy in that game. That's what it looks like when you watch some of these Arvell Reese like highlights. Though it looks exactly like that.
There's some Parsons to his game for sure, and that's a heavy comp, but it fits, and it's why, as an off-ball backer, you're also talking about him as a potential top 5 pick.
Yes.
Now, benefit and curse of these top off-ball linebacker prospects is they all seem to be jack of all trades, and we can dream on them for days, and the possibilities are endless. But then there does come a question of, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
And as I tease Vance Joseph, who is on the heater of all heaters, Isaiah Simmons, Xavion Collins, he's kind of been given some of those hybrid back 7 guys. And they haven't all worked out under his tutelage. Drew Sanders, which obviously injuries play a big part. I mean, there's a million factors to why any of these guys worked out. Mm-hmm. Do you think he sticks at off-ball? Do you think there's a team that's like, man, just put him as a 3-4 linebacker and let's roll?
I mean, you mentioned the speed to power. He's got length in the arms. I mean, we'll get official measurements, but he's able to just one-arm guys and just create separation. I think he's going to be an edge rusher. You just don't see edges like that.
Yeah.
Who have that kind of power and that kind of violence to their game with the eye discipline and the instincts that they have. Like, he's got to be as close to the ball as he possibly can.
And being able to do all the other stuff. Like, that's the thing. When you're that 3-4 outside linebacker, but you can drop from time to time, you can cover sideline to sideline. It gives you all the variety that, like, the Broncos front have, where they can bring blitzers and you can drop Nick Bonito from time to time.
Yeah.
Or that's what I loved about Von Miller's game.
I mean, he was one of the best at that.
Started his career in a John Fox defense as a strong side linebacker in a 4-3, He's not playing on the edge. He is a true Sam backer and made that work, was rookie of the year. And, had some epic picks in his career as well. Like
the one against Brady in the title game.
Right.
Sheesh.
When you have someone who can do all those things and you're such an asset that you're going to confuse someone like Tom Brady, that's next level stuff. And that's why Arvell Reese is getting people so excited. And when you have that guy headlining your class, whether it's edge, whether it's linebacker, it's just going to kind of have trickle down effects where like everyone else gets bumped up and the whole class is pretty damn strong. We're going to talk about some other linebackers. You mentioned Indiana. There's a lot to get into with Indiana. But first, a shout out to our friends at Bet365. Bet365, the presenting sponsor of the DMVR Broncos podcast all season long, bringing you our picks. They're just true homies. Their office is in Denver. They're like,
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. They're hiring tons of people out here.
There you go.
Helping the local economy and helping us at DMVR because they are just fantastic to work with, whether it's posting our custom bets or having our exclusive sign-up code. They're the only ones offering that, and they're the number one sportsbook I use. Also got a nice little odds for number 1 overall pick. Those are always interesting to look at. So sign up. Use that code, DMVR365, if you haven't already. QR code right there, link in the old description. And as soon as you do that, you can place a bet, $10 minimum deposit, $5 minimum bet. As soon as that's settled, win, lose, or draw, bang, bang. $200 in bonus bets for you to use, play with. Thursday Night Football tonight, they've got a $10 safety net for you. Sunday Night Football, they've got a $365,000 jackpot for you. I mean, the offers are endless. No matter what you like to bet on, Nugs and Avs coming back. They're an official partner of Nugs and Avs. I mean, they have you covered. It's also my go-to app when I actually want to know when a game is starting.
It's the most reliable way to figure that stuff out.
Yeah, it really is.
Down to the minute sometimes, too.
Not to mention, I was able to watch Eurobasket on there this summer. You can stream some live sports on there.
Well, how about that?
Yeah, it's not bad at all. So,
Future.
get in on all the fun. Download the Bet365 app. Use our code DMVR365. And put your money where your mouth is with all your sports hot takes. Must be 21 plus, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. And also a shout out to our friends at Taco Bell. God, Taco Bell's been such a lifesaver lately. I had them for lunch Monday and Tuesday.
Just a legend, right?
They brought back some classics for us. Just nothing better than some Taco Bell beef. That seasoning just is so good. I had so many crunchy tacos.
I don't know who it is. There's a sunflower seed company that makes Taco Bell flavored sunflower seeds.
Get out of town.
Yes.
That's how goated they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nothing like some Taco Bell classics. And you can get all their classics at Taco Bell. There's plenty in the area. We just tried a Mexican pizza. The beef and cheese burritos, those always hit the spot. As you were saying, a great vessel for some hot sauce.
Yeah.
Some fire sauce. Yeah, man, they've just got you covered on all fronts, and they're true homies, not just of ours, but of the Buffs as well. You can get the $7 Buff box right now. You can get guys like Big Seat, who we'll be talking about a ton on this podcast next year. Yeah, they've got you covered, and they are also supporting the program by donating $1,000 to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Foundation for every CU touchdown scored this season. Buffs love the bell. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell, and don't forget to add on your $7 Buff box featuring 4 Taco Bell classics and large drink in CU Buff Player collectible cups. Taco Bell is a proud sponsor of CU Athletics and will be donating $1,000 to the Golden Buffalo Scholarship Foundation for every CU touchdown score. Buffs love the bell, and so does the draft pod. So there you go.
Where are we going?
Talk a little more linebackers here for a sec.
Okay.
So you've got Arvell Reese, you've got CJ Allen at Georgia, who had another big game. You've got Sonny Styles, who's playing really well. Conga in the Toyota chat is shouting out Anthony Hill Jr. of Texas, a favorite of mine. He is a super duper athlete. He moves fantastically well. Jake Galladay, who you shouted out, Cincy, I believe.
Cincy's got some players, man.
He's the 4th backer on Kiper's rankings right now.
Yeah.
Eric Gentry, freak show at USC. He's like 6'6".
Oh, is that the safety? Yeah. Yeah, that guy's crazy.
He's so big. He's just crazy big. It is such an interesting linebacker class. Aiden Fisher at Indiana is starting to rise up. He's a senior, 6'1", 233, has some really nice instincts and coverage ability. Torian York of Texas A&M is another name to know. It's a stacked class, and one that, again, stands out above other years where we've done this, where it's been kind of, linebackers, it's been a bit of a mixed bag. I'm still high on Jeremiah Tallender, bless you. Whit Weeks, who was in the news at LSU, it's a stack class. It's a stack class.
Jacob Rodriguez at Texas Tech as well. He's up to 50 tackles on the season already. He's made some big time plays in big spots for Texas Tech this year.
Yeah, I got hit up a friend of the program. Deontay Lawson's being thrown out from Conga at Alabama. Yeah, stacked class.
Mm-hmm.
Really fun. So, Michigan. Another of these hybrid.
Justin Jefferson at Alabama had a great game.
Also, yes, the other Justin Jefferson. Harold Perkins, obviously a favorite of ours. So it's kind of like, all styles of linebacker are being covered in this class.
Pick your favorite flavor.
Yeah, it's one of those groups where you got to come away with like two of these guys.
The Broncos do, yes. Absolutely.
Wouldn't hurt.
Not at all. I
Yeah.
mean, we'll see what Greenlaw has if he's back this week or not. But
100%. And I mean, I think the hate on Alex Singleton has been less in the last 6 quarters of dominant defensive football as well. So,
he's played well.
I mean, it's a great defense, like as I've talked about on one of the shows I've done in the last 2 weeks. Like, there will be a weak spot on a dominant defense, and that'll get exploited from time to time. But
and if
still,
you're going to pick one, I'd pick the second level.
Yeah, no doubt. So there you go. Really exciting stuff and a group that's got me hyped up. The other big guy who kind of stood out this week, and I was like, we gotta talk about this kid, is do-it-all wide receiver at Indiana, Elijah Sarratt. And number 13 for the Hoosiers has been standing out all year for me.
Yep.
He kind of stood out when I watched some Pat's Illinois, but he's got some Pat Bryant to him where it's
I could see that
Pat
for sure.
Bryant back in college. He moves like a slot, but he's 6'1". He's got some size to him. And he lit up the Ducks for 100+ yards and a tud. He has been Mendoza's safety blanket. This kid is so crisp. And in a league where Smith and Jigba, like, he's here. He's like top 5 NFL wide receiver right now. And Emeka Egbuka's blowing up. And Puka Nacua, when healthy, reminds you how good he is. And Justin Jefferson came into league as a slot guy primarily, and obviously has blown up with the Vikings the way he has. And Cooper Kupp did the same coming out of Eastern Washington. Those guys with the route running, the slot versatility, combined with the size, some dog to them. They just, when you check off all those boxes, you come ready-made, and you come kind of as a just set and forget. You're going to contribute right away in the NFL. And this is another guy.
I love this kid. As you just broke it down beautifully, he does everything really well. He's not going to be super impressive with the top-end speed. After the catch, he's probably average, above average too. But as you mentioned, he runs routes, he catches the football, and he makes plays. And he's trusted by his quarterback, which is huge. Whether it's in the, he's one-on-one on the backside and he's got a comeback route like he did last week against Oregon, or he's the guy split out in trips and he's catching the screen while everyone's getting out in front of him and he's running it to the house.
Right.
He's got enough juice, to score in those situations if it's blocked up. But he's just really refined. He's nice to watch. He's going to be good.
He is having just a phenomenal season.
Kid, Omar Cooper, is good too. He's different. He's more like after the catch type stuff. He'll shake off tacklers and all that.
How big is he?
He looks, so what's Sarratt listed at?
6'1", I want to say like 205.
So Cooper, I don't have a list stick here. I'll find it here in a second.
Yeah, Sarratt actually listed 6'2", 209.
So 6 foot 201 for Omar Cooper.
Jeez, man.
They're dogs.
Yeah, they move nice. It's a big wide receiver class.
Yeah. No,
there's some size to this group.
There's some serious talent too.
Yeah, there is. I mean, we said it last week. But there's a lot of guys who are like crazy big. I mean, Carnell Tate's one of those guys. Jacoby Lane, Chris Barzal from Tennessee is that kind of guy. Chris Bell, who we talked about last week of Louisville.
Yep.
Nick Harbor from South Carolina, who's just like
he's massive.
Total freak show. Casey Concepcion at A&M. And then you've got some speed demons like Zachariah Branch or Jordan Tyson, who has a returner. You guys, I mean,
Zachariah Branch.
Know about that. These are guys who check off they maybe don't have either, but they check off all the boxes. They cover the full spectrum. And that's what I like. That's what makes for a really high floor prospect. And maybe a prospect which a team who hopefully makes a deep run in January and is drafting late in the 20s or even in the 30s, can still take advantage of, bring in, and then everyone's like, how'd you let Elijah Sarratt drop to the Broncos? You know, that kind of guy. So, yeah.
They're going to have a chance to pick someone late.
100%. I mean, as we were saying last show, like this is the age of anyone can find a wide receiver.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, there's guys that are in the 300s and the 400s on the consensus board that I like. It's crazy.
I was struggling to find parking here by the DMVR bar with all this construction. Then I look around the corner. I'm like, is that an open space? No, but I found 2 more top 50 wide receivers. You know, you're just finding them under a rock. I mean, it's like, is that a pebble in my shoe? No, it's another top 50 wide receiver. Holy cow. They're just everywhere. God bless you guys for laughing at my stupid dad jokes. So yeah, there you go. Linebackers and wide receivers. Check. Half hour into the show. Good on us. Yeah. Conga chiming in that Broncos managed to ignore so many offensive weapons this past draft. Won't be surprised to see them ignore those inside linebackers. You know, only have so many choices.
Let them cook. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Also, I want to touch on overreacting to the Broncos draft.
Let's do it.
Or merely reacting.
Right.
We will do that in just a second. But first, a shout out to our friends at Common Spirit Health. That's more. They're more than just hospitals, clinics. They're a team of passionate and expert caregivers dedicated to your well-being, woven into the very fabric of our community. Holy cow. If that's not a match for DMVR, I don't know what is. In fact, I thought...
What?
I thought I had a rock stuck in my urethra, you know, and is this a kidney stone? Go to Common Spirit Health. They're like, no, sir, that's another top 50 wide receiver in this class.
Oh my God.
That's for the fellas. Common Spirit. Don't take that to heart, okay? That's we have fun here. From preventative care to advanced surgical solutions, their skilled physicians, caring staff are here for you like they were there for me, offering personalized treatment tailored to your unique needs. You can expect a blend of cutting-edge technology with common commitment to human kindness at their 20 hospitals and 240 clinics and care sites right here in Colorado. Whether it's a routine checkup, managing a chronic condition, or responding to an emergency like the one I had that I just mentioned, you can trust Common Spirits to deliver exceptional care close to home. Experience the difference compassion makes. Find a Common Spirit location near you and discover a new standard of health and healing by visiting mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. They know ball, as do we. And for the ball knowers, Dick's Sporting Goods always has you covered. Awesome to partner with Dick's. Obviously, the place to go when you're searching for gear. The place to go with, you're a little late on the back to school shopping. My 7-year-old, Kate got us covered on getting new T-shirts, new shorts.
Yeah, the essentials.
Now it's pants season, and it turns out she has outgrown all the pants we had.
That's tough, dude.
Yeah, it sure is. But luckily for us, Dick's has us covered. We can go shop for some new sweats. They have all the latest brands, Adidas, Nike, you name it. On down the list to DNVR. You can find DNVR stuff all over there. And in fact, they're homies. They're even letting us put our own signage. Plus, score the latest equipment for baseball, football, soccer, basketball, golf, at all your tailgating essentials as well. Found at a lower price. They'll match it with their best price guarantee. So get your gear fast and with free curbside pickup at your nearest store or easy shipment from Dicks.com. Because every season starts at Dick's. So there you go. Okay, Jakester. Let's get into Kiper dropped his debut big board. And, Kiper's plugged in. Plus, he gives us stuff to talk about. He gets the content game, even though he acts like he doesn't. And I found his rankings to be fascinating. starting with Dante Moore being his number 1 ranked prospect and Jeremiah Love number 2. I'm very high on Jeremiah Love, but wow. Second overall for a running back. That's high. And then Mendoza's 3, the Indiana quarterback. Arvell Reese is 4. So yeah, the hype is real on Arvell Reese. I guess let's start here though. Makai Lennon, wide receiver 1, the USC wide receiver, 6th prospect on Kiper's board, right in front of Caleb Downs, Jordan Tyson, 8th. So 2 wide receivers in the top 10 in a loaded class with Carnell Tate, 12th. And then Kenyon Sadiq, a prime target for the Broncos, is 14th on his board.
Makai Lemon is different. The catches he makes on a weekly basis, it's always something new, too.
Beast.
The catch along the sideline on Saturday was ridiculous.
Yeah.
The touchdown was crazy, too. He's his ball skills, tracking the football, it's got to be one of, if not the best in the class at the position.
Hands are so natural.
Hands are natural, runs routes, gets open. I mean, he has enough speed to break these long touchdowns, too. Like,
dude, he was a returner. USC fans at the end of last year were like, if this guy was returning kicks for us all season instead of Zachariah Branch, who then transferred to Georgia, we would have been a playoff team.
I mean, he's like that. He's complete.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a USC prospect problem.
We've all struggled with that at times.
Ronald Jones, stay strong, man. I hope whatever life has brought your way that you are doing what you can. Nothing but love and support to you. Luckily, my Sam Darnold take doesn't look as bad as it did a couple years ago.
He was a very young player coming out.
I've always had a problem with USC prospects in that I tend to overrate them. But
they put up points.
I'm back at it with Makai Lemon.
This team's kind of good this year, though.
They are good. They're fun. There's a lot of talent. Kamari Ramsey's another guy. I'm like, Dre, what are you doing? So yeah, I mean, just add them to the list of wide receivers. And then I enjoyed that Kiper. I am not taking crazy pills. He had Zachariah Branch 22nd on his board.
Yeah, because the guy is like,
he's such a freak show, bro. And he's got a Zay Flowers comp in there.
I was gonna say some Zay Flowers, but it's more like, it's just more like a running back skill set in terms of what
Dante Hall and
exactly.
I mean, his return from day one at USC, and he was returning just crazy kickoff. I said on this pod, like, yeah, mark him down for 2 years from now because we're gonna talk about this kid. It's starting to come together at Georgia. I still expected more because he's got, like you're saying, he's got running back skills. Reggie Bush would be my comp to some extent.
Yeah, exactly. Like him in the flat is an absolute weapon. I mean, he can break a tackle and you're not going to catch him.
Yeah, 100%.
He's been one of my, like you said, he's been one of my favorite just football players to watch in college football the last 3 years.
And the guys with that kick return ability, that yak ability, I can't help but think of Sean Payton and his love for guys like that. The latest being Marvin Mims. And Lemon, Jordan Tyson, Zachariah Branch.
Yep.
All fit that bill.
Yep, they can all return.
They all fit that bill. Another guy we wanted to talk about, he's 16th ranked on Kiper's board, is Ty Simpson. The quarterback at Alabama, really rising up boards. He had an incredible game against Mizzou.
Yep. Clutch game.
Oh, yeah.
That was just a battle of survival, really. He made some play. They got some receivers too. I mean, they're a couple years away on Ryan Williams, or 1 year away on Ryan Williams. But
Bernard, we were talking about him last week.
Yeah. No, I mean,
also
are they all the way back?
Caden Proctor stock up.
He's turning into an offensive weapon.
Also, like jumbo formation. Sean, give it to him in the backfield.
Exactly. Yeah. If we need help in terms of the short yardage run game, I mean, Jesus, why not give it to the 360-pounder?
100%. And then he's got Amari Washington, the big defensive tackle from Oregon.
He had a nice game this last weekend, too.
Really nice game. He's even higher on Fran's board. He's 9th overall. Derek Harmon type level. He's 330 pounds, but he moves like a 290-pound 3-tech, you know, like his ability to just shake guys and get just get uphill and wreck running lanes and wreck pockets is really impressive. I still think he's pretty raw. So, yeah, I mean, and David Bailey, your guy's 20th rank. So, I mean,
he had a crazy game, I think, again.
Yeah, he did.
He's good. He's really freaking good.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. Yeah, that's the thing is like Oregon, Texas Tech, watch these teams because there's a lot of NFL talent. And then when a team like Indiana upsets Oregon and kind of takes them to school, that really is noticeable. Because my, oh my, is there a lot of talent on that Ducks team, including Dante Moore, who's the top prospect on this list.
Yeah.
My God.
I mean, he didn't have a good game. I mean, when did this list come out, actually? Did this come out?
Published this week.
Okay, so this week. So he's still high on Dante Moore. After,
as you know, the work goes in.
Of course.
It's not just one game.
Sure. So I'd be interested to see if this is still after the Indiana game for Dante Moore to have him first overall. I don't know. Fernando outplayed him. Those interceptions late were what killed Oregon. I mean, there's no way around that. So he did only have one interception, I think, coming into that game, though.
Yeah.
So, but that's a big matchup. That's a matchup that we're going to watch a lot, over the next 4, 5, 6 months, whatever it is, So
crazy to think, right?
It's just how it goes. Yeah.
That,
Indiana's for real.
Indiana, Oregon. I told you 2 years ago that would be the most watched tape going into an offseason. You'd be like, you okay, man? They've got that nice versatile DB, Farrell, who's really good. Right now at Bet365, the odds to be the first overall pick, Mendoza plus 350.
Yeah.
Which also tells you it's wide open if the odds on favorites just plus 350. Lenore Sellers plus 400. Then you've got Dante Moore plus 450, Ty Simpson plus 650, Nussmeier plus 1,000, Ruben Bain plus 1,200, John Mateer plus 1,400. And then it's a drop off to Arch at plus 3,000. Wide open, Jake.
Yep.
Wide open.
I'd sprinkle a little bit on Ruben Bain.
I'd sprinkle Ty Simpson.
Interesting. Okay.
I think the rise is coming.
All right.
Now then, don't be surprised when everyone's like, oh, Ty Simpson doesn't look good as a rookie. Maybe we shouldn't draft a guy who's only played one season in college first overall and expect the world from him. Like, oh, what a concept, huh? Which leads me to another topic I wanted to hit was definitely seeing some hot takes on Bo Nix and what the future of his career is going to look like, what the Broncos draft class from a year ago with Jahdae Barron, Pat Bryant, RJ Harvey, all those guys kind of being relegated to backup roles. And people, on Twitter kind of falling over themselves to be first to the take. I think it's kind of funny in an NFL where the front runner for MVP is Baker Mayfield. A guy who was, any team in the league could have signed Baker Mayfield when he was
times, I think,
failing at Carolina. And as I mentioned from time to time on this podcast, I'll never forget that Josh Allen Pro Day with Hugh Jackson and the Cleveland GM in attendance with Gary Kubiak and many other big-time NFL decision makers, and them still taking Baker over Josh Allen after watching that show. Joey, I did throw some socks on and baggier pants because the anklet pants, I was like, dude, I pulled an Aaron Glenn, Mike McDaniel.
Oh yeah, those are out right now.
They
until
sure
those guys
are.
Start winning games.
They sure are. So I've corrected, Joey. I saw your comment. I'm correcting. It's what a good coach does. You go back to the tape and you adjust. So that's what I'm doing. And yeah, obviously Sam Darnold is also having a great season. Last year it was Saquon, even though everyone the New York Giants, who had nothing going for them, let him walk in free agency. And Mac Jones, with the 49ers starting to have a nice second moment in his career. And honestly, I'm forgetting a bunch of retreads. J.K. Dobbins at his third stop being a top 10 NFL running back.
Javonte Williams.
100%, man. It's just
Daniel Jones.
And obviously on this podcast, we can be guilty of that too, right? And we can hype up when we were first to a take, like I've been with Caleb Williams and what have you, and we're all wrong. And, you know, people can rightfully criticize us in the Toyota chat. I saw someone was on us a couple weeks ago about, oh, why do you listen to these guys? They were too high on Shedeur Sanders, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, the draft take that kills me most is me not thinking Nate Landman would be the phenom he's become in the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he's an old school linebacker. He's just a two-down linebacker, and he's not going to do anything. He's already been the NFC Defensive Player of the Month, man. I was so dead wrong about Nate Landman, who was in my backyard, who we were doing shirts with at DMVR, the Hammer, baby.
Yep.
Now, I see Dion nodding his head because he knows what a dog Nate was. And that's, you know, credit to RK, our guy. He's apologized to me for being wrong about pushing back on my Royce Freeman take, you know?
Yeah.
And I've had to hit him up and being like, boy, was I wrong about Nate Landman. Even the best evaluators, at best, they're right 50% of the time, you know?
Right.
And it's just be patient with your takes. Remember, Hall of Famers like Drew Brees were, you know, they had to, took them getting to the second stop to break out. I just think we're so quick to fall over ourselves and be first to a take. And I would warrant patience. Let's give it a real sample size. Let these guys breathe. Let their careers breathe. And I just think of, you know, what a knucklehead I was growing up. And had you analyzed my potential as a 21-year-old,
Of course.
right? So
that's the
let it breathe. Analyze, but let it breathe too.
So that's, we could talk about football and evaluation and all this stuff. This is what it really boils down to, though. It boils down to two things. One, what the NFL teams have the advantage of that no one else does, and that's actually getting to know these guys and knowing what they're made of. Because there's no stat to measure what you know upstairs or to measure the dog that you have in your chest, right? That only comes out over time when you spend time with coaches, decision makers, and that's why they become so they dig their heels in so much sometimes on players, and they're so willing to let other guys go that maybe we're, you know, willing to pound the table for. And also the expectations conversation. Like when you come in as a first overall pick, it's different than when you're picked up off the waiver wire and you're on your third team now, like Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold.
Right.
Like expectations are just totally different. In Sam Darnold's case, he wasn't even expected to be the starter last year. It was an injury to J.J. McCarthy that allowed him to get on the field that really re-kickstarted his career.
Daniel Jones, another one I didn't mention, but boy, is that a great example.
Exactly. And same with Baker. Like, I mean, Baker was working with Sean McVay. He obviously took it to us at Christmas game and stuff, you know. Sean McVay knew that they had Stafford still, I believe, at that point in time, right? So it's not like they were really looking for a guy. They were trying to survive a couple games, you know. And then Carolina is just Carolina at that point. I mean, they missed on both of them. That should tell you enough right there about that organization.
Yippers.
But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are just like in this spot where they're kind of in no man's land, where they're too good to really end up with a top pick to get a quarterback. So they take a chance on a guy who, that's what they saw it as. Oh, we'll take a chance on this guy. And when everything I just talked about lines up, when you get a guy who's got an unmeasurable amount of dog like in his heart, knows the game, is very accurate, and guys just love playing for, you give him this opportunity that you're not expecting much out of. It's maybe the least surprising thing to see him really emerge from it. And maybe Cleveland would have been the ones to tell you, like, yeah, I mean, this guy just, like, odds against him, like, there's no one else that I'd rather have. But, I mean, their issue with him was injuries and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just so much that goes into these evaluations that we have no idea about. And we can sit up here and look smart when we're right about a player and say, you know, my bad, whatever, we're dumb. But, again, we're seeing, like, maybe 2% of the entire process when we watch these games and stuff.
Yeah.
And even then, 2%, like, practice means way more than games a lot of the times, too, to a lot of these programs in terms of who gets on the field. So that's, I think, what we can really learn from this. Yeah, patience is, I guess, the moral of the story, but also just know that we really don't know everything. We know hardly anything at that.
100%. It's just important to have that humility. And also, you make a great point. Like, Sam Darnold goes to career rehab with Kevin O'Connell, much like Daniel Jones did. Baker Mayfield starts to turn things around with that stop at Sean McVay and the Rams. It's starting to happen with Mac Jones as he's gone to Kyle Shanahan. You know, J.K. Dobbins' career has been fixed by making stops with Harbaugh and now Sean Payton. You know, I mean, shoot, you O-lineman, it takes even longer, you know, like Garrett Bowles. How long were we Garrett Bowles skeptics before now he's the one guy you feel great about and don't got to worry about on that whole offensive line. He's playing some immaculate football. Takes time, man. It's hard to be world class in a job that pays millions and there are like 30 spots in the entire world, you know? So yeah. And I mean, you were explaining yesterday upstairs in our lounge the Bill Parcells QB rules to Scott, right? Yeah. And how important that is. And that's all about having a bigger sample size in your evaluations.
Yes.
So anyways, I wanted to touch on that for 5 minutes.
No, that was important.
Got some great comments in here. Conga and Joey B really carrying the Toyota chat, asking about, you know, remember when Cade Klubnik and Arch Manning were the top QBs? Conga's talking about it's amazing how draft stock can fluctuate so much during the season. 100% Conga. It's why I love that Fran isn't so quick to adjust, because he's spent all summer grinding and evaluating these guys, and he's mostly focusing on seniors, and he'll get into the underclassmen or, you know, juniors and redshirt sophomores once they've declared and stuff. And even the evaluation process needs its time.
Exactly. And that's, I mean, Fran's executing exactly what every draft analyst should do. And it's balancing patience while also, you know, just letting things kind of happen as they come and not being too reactionary.
That's right. Yeah, no, totally. Conga them being silly and asking, when does the Trey Lance era begin? Look,
never say never anymore.
I mean, it's true. But Trey Lance, Anthony Richardson, those guys might just not work out, you know?
Sure, of course.
And part of the problem might be they never got the amount of reps they really needed.
That's the thing. They're both
to fully
very
get off the
still.
ground. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And sometimes you just don't have the luxury of getting those reps in the NFL. So that's the other thing I'd say about Bo is he's at least good enough to warrant those reps.
100%.
So let him get those reps and let's see where we end up. And that's not to undermine the fact that you are in a crucial 4-year window of making this evaluation before you pay a guy like a franchise QB, and then that being a massive decision that's going to have large ramifications around your ability to build around the guy and build your team and team construction and how you move the cap around and everything. That's not to say that these aren't important things that we should be talking about and focusing in on. At the same time, though, we gotta also give it its time. And step one is being good enough to even warrant being on the field, warrant having those going through your bumps and bruises to improve and maybe end up where a Baker is.
It's the other side of expectations. It's the fan expectations because they see, you know, Bo as a rookie, you know, obviously not look great those first couple games. And all of a sudden you see the growth almost at a play-by-play basis, game by game for sure. And you just think to yourself, I mean, okay, we're here now. And Scott says this all the time. I mean, player development, player growth is not linear. It's not a straight upward trajectory always.
Sir. Yes, sir.
There's always going to be peaks and valleys in this.
That's right.
And so I understand.
We're human.
Of course. I mean, we're humans evaluating humans. We talk about that all the time too, right?
The most imperfect thing of all time because humans are imperfect.
Exactly. And so like we have these expectations for the team this year. And they should be high. I'm not saying they shouldn't be high, but those expectations need to be matched with a little bit of patience and just knowing that players aren't finished products 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in sometimes. Like sometimes you won't get the best out of a guy until his second contract. And you have to take a chance to get to that second contract anyways. So
yeah. It's a conversation about football and evaluation. In many ways, it's a conversation about life and humans. It's what I love about this show. All right. There's a loaded slate in week 8 of the college football. And we start on a Friday night where Miller Moss, Chris Bell, and Louisville go to Miami.
Oh, big games tomorrow night.
Take on Cristobal. Yeah, because you got Nebraska at Minnesota as well. Louisville going to Miami. Hurricanes, 13.5-point favorites. Lots of draft prospects to watch here, including both quarterbacks, including Ruben Bain, including Francis Mayuaga. I mean, you name it. There's a lot of guys to dial in on here. Canes take care of business?
I think I'm taking the Cardinals.
To cover the spread, I mean, honestly, is that cheese would be my bigger question.
You tell me, because I'm kind of caught here. Like, Miami's really good.
Seems too easy to take Louisville to me.
But these Friday night games are so weird.
Yeah.
And Louisville's got some guys. They can put up some points. It's just
I'm saying
Bain and, Muaga and the trenches on Miami are, I feel like there's a distinct advantage there. I also think you have a quarterback advantage there. They are at home. 13.5 is a big number. I'm taking Louisville.
I'm with you, which means we might be taking the bait, but sometimes it's too easy and you just cash in those checks. LSU at Vanderbilt. Jakester, guess what the line is here.
Oh, I was just about to look it up. I did not take a peek.
LSU at Vandy.
Is the book telling us something? They are?
It's Vandy by 2.5.
Oh, I'm taking Vandy. Not even thinking about it.
Pretty much. Yeah, I think so, my guy. I think so. They're telling you something. Watch Elias Stowers, the H-back tight end for Vanderbilt, and obviously those linebackers for LSU. Nussmeier's going to be a fun watch. Lots of talent in this one as well, including the DBs for LSU. They've got one of the top cornerbacks in the class as well. We keep it moving at Oklahoma at South Carolina. 2 top quarterbacks in this class as well. Sooners, 5.5-point favorites.
Wow.
On the road. Lots of NFL talent. Harbor, the wide receiver we mentioned already. Fran was highlighting Oklahoma's tight end, who's a converted linebacker and plays as such. Bit of a bull in a china shop type
What's his name?
Vibe to him. I've got it right here. One second.
Jaron Canuck?
Yes.
Canuck?
Yes.
What's the line again? Sorry.
5.5 for the Sooners.
How do you feel about the Sooners right now?
I don't know. It was that Red River. Every time there's a favorite, the dog comes in and blows it up. So I'm not going to read too much into it. They have that R. Mason Thomas edge rusher who is so damn good. So, yeah, I think the Sooners kind of roll here, and it's a perfect spot. But at South Carolina is a tough one. It is a 10 a.m. game, though. So at least they got that going for them. And so I think the Sooners bounce back and kind of roll. Really a disappointing year for South Gamecocks so far.
So, yeah, I'm leaning Oklahoma just for a bounce back from last week.
Yep.
Because, Matier did not play well.
No.
I don't know if he's completely healthy, but it wasn't even really that, honestly.
No, first game back, he just kind of looked shook.
He got swarmed. He wasn't seeing the field.
Mm-hmm.
That's not who he is.
He's been balling otherwise.
I really want to take South Carolina. I'm going to take Oklahoma, though.
Maybe that's telling you something. Okay. Ole Miss at Georgia. Lots of NFL talent, especially on Georgia's defense. Dogs at home, 7.5-point favorites in this one. Ole Miss just came off we're looking ahead, barely squeaked by Wazoo and beat Washington State. They're 2 highly ranked teams. 2 favorites in the SEC.
I'll take Ole Miss.
I do too. Again, this feels like bait 7.5. I'm not Gunner, I'm on the fence, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me Ole Miss. Though again, am I taking the cheese? The fact that we agree on all of these also should be a major red flag. Texas Tech at ASU. I'm told Sam Leavitt is back for this one, and
They don't have a chance if he's not back.
correct. They look so awful against Utah. Also, is this a night game?
2 p.m.
What's the line? 7.5
7.5.
for Texas Tech.
Taking Texas Tech. They're a wagon.
Okay, I'll take ASU. Feels like a bit of a bounce back on all of these. Tennessee at Alabama. Lots of prospects in this one as well, though I don't know, man. Tennessee, maybe the bubble has burst just a smidge, and Bama might be back, as you were asking me. Is Bama back all the way? Yeah, they might be. Tied, 8-point favorites at home, 5:30 game, so the atmosphere is going to be cray-cray in this one.
Give me the Tide. Roll Tide.
8's a lot. 8 is a lot. 59's the over-under. I'm taking the over. I guess I'll take Tennessee. USC at Notre Dame. Irish 9.5-point favorites. Going to South Bend from LA. That's a trip.
Yeah.
USC up and down. And they do struggle a bit with these Midwestern teams who just play Midwestern football. But while I like CJ Carr, that backfield for the Irish is really good. I don't know that O-line defense are at the level we saw a year ago. Again, though, this feels like bait, 9.5, but I will take the Trojans.
I'm taking them too. They can score.
Okay. Missouri at Auburn, 1.5-point favorite. Mizzou, lots of talent, especially on the defensive lines for both these teams. I like Auburn outright. Give me the money line plus 100.
Really?
Yeah, I think they've been close. They've had a really tough schedule.
They can't get the ball to those
this
wide
is
receivers.
where yeah, for sure. I mean, there have been some struggles and frustrations, but I also think the talent is better than the record would suggest thus far.
I'll take Auburn too. You just have to connect on like 2 of those.
I like it. Utah BYU is our final game. Utes on the road, 3-point favorites. This seems too easy to take BYU, honestly. Seems too easy.
So Bear did struggle last week. He looked like a freshman quarterback. He did give him a chance to win that game late against Arizona.
It's the other thing, though. Classic bounce back.
Utah's coming off a big win, too.
They whooped ASU, but, I mean, Jeff Sims, like,
Yeah.
we can all beat Jeff Sims.
I'll take the Cougars.
Samesies. Home dog is what I'm all about. So give me BYU +3 and sprinkling that money line at +145 at Bet365.
Joey asked what my thoughts on TCU's stadium campus game day experiences.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, I'm not going to lie. I love going to Fort Worth. I really like that stadium. It's got some... Texas stadiums are just a little different. It's almost like they're monuments in some way. Like, they don't look exactly like, you know, a traditional stadium from the outside or even from the inside sometimes. They got... TCU's got that, like, building in the... one of the end zones that looks like it's part of the facility or whatever. Kind of like Colorado, actually. But
Yeah.
game day experience is great. I love the frog horn. Like, I don't know. They're doing it right. I like TCU a lot.
Love that. Conga shouting out Jaden Mayava, who's been a big part of
Yep.
USC's success. He's starting to get some draft buzz as well. The former UNLV QB, I want to say. No, so he's balling out. Look at us. Did it nice and clean in an hour, even though I got us starting late. Okay.
Good, brother.
This was great. As always, thank you to the Schwan man and Mr. Smith behind the 1s and 2s. Thank you all for tuning in. Leave us a thumbs up on the way out. Much love to you all. Mile high salute to you. Bye.
We all silly like the mayor.